Hello and welcome to the TCF Morning Show. It is Wednesday, April 15th, and I am joined again by Gameboy at TCF Gameboy and Boomy at Boomy TCF. I am Zach Lilia. You can follow me at ZLilia TCF. The main page is at typical_Chicago, Facebook and Instagram. Just type in typical Chicago fans. Follow us on there. Go over to YouTube. We are putting more and more videos, more and more content, some food reviews. We got more food reviews going on in the future here. So go over to YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube page so you can get up to date on all of that stuff for the typical Chicago fans. And wherever you get your podcast from, go out there, Apple, Spotify, Spreaker. If you're an Apple, subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe, leave a 5-star rating, and then, like I said, leave a little review if you'd like. Like I said, Boomy. You can roast Boomy. That's the new one. You can just roast Boomy. That's what I've allowed
It's way easier
the people to do.
but I'll take it.
And then if you're on Spotify, follow on there. And if you're on Spreaker, do what you got to do on there. Thank you to our sponsor, Lodi Tap House, right here. Lodi Tap House got the sweatshirt on right now. Me and Boomy went over there on Saturday, got some dinner. We also got, like I said, some apparel from Lodi Tap House. Shout out to Lodi Tap House. They got a place in Utica, Illinois, and Maples Park, Illinois. I know Gamer has said he had been to the Maples Park Lodi Tap House. Oh, Utica. That's
Utica.
I always think that because you live up there, but you said you haven't been.
It's all good.
You haven't.
I haven't been to the new one. I haven't been to the Maple Park one yet. That's in the plans. So
Coming soon. The big thing is, like, they have Illinois brewed beers. Only Illinois brewed beers.
Yes.
And like I said, unfortunately, with all of the coronavirus stuff, the bakery was not open, so we were not able to get the pretzel, but we are looking forward to that. When all of this is done, we can go to the restaurant, have ourselves a beer and a pretzel. We are looking forward to that. Shout out to Lodi Tap House. Support your local restaurants now. They need you more than ever. Shout out to the Muddy Otter. They made a big announcement today. They will be moving. They are making a big move. I think it's to Eden. I think it's actually in the Lake of the Ozark area. I'm not so familiar with that, but they the big news is on themuddydotter.com. They're having a sale on all of their products. That's right, people. All of the products online are on sale from 10 to 50%. So if you have ever wanted to get one of their products, now is the time. They don't want to move it from house to house. So help them out and also help them with the move a little bit and buy a product. Like I said, 10 to 15% pottery and woodworking. Boys, I heard a little bit of there's the lab as I used to call it is being broken up. They are going to have separate places where they're going to do pottery and woodworking. So separate labs at the new house.
Nice.
But shout out to The Muddy Otter. Go to themuddyOtter.com. Like I said, all their products 10 to 50% off right now. They also have a Facebook and Instagram page. Check them out on there. Hannah and Mitch Prentice. And Score Trader, Boomy, I need to know what's going on with politics right now. What's going on with this whole Score Trader politics thing?
You got to get on Score Trader now because it is big news breaking this week. Bernie Sanders has dropped out of the presidential race, the last remaining contender. So it's looking like Joe Biden will be the Democratic National Convention nominee to run against Donald Trump in November.
Is that kind of by default?
What was that? Yeah, he's kind of the last remaining soldier. And Bernie came out, I believe it was
I only
this
asked
morning,
because I have no idea.
On Wednesday. Yeah, I don't even know if they're actually still going to hold the convention. I'm not 100% sure on that, but obviously Score Trader going forward will still have stuff on the general election in November, I believe. So stay tuned. Head over to the Apple App Store, download the Score Trader app, follow them on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and then head over to the YouTube page and watch a tutorial video. Get in on it now because the election in November is going to be big. Obviously, we have the presidential election, but a ton of congressional seats open as well in the state and, at the national level. for your district. So
Thank
get
you,
in on
Boomy.
that right
Shout out
now.
to Lodi Tap House, the Muddy Otter, and Score Trader. Boys, let's get to the show. How we started off the show for the last few weeks. Unfortunately, the coronavirus worry level. I forget where I was last week. I think I was around the 60s, maybe.
I think you're about 67, 68, if I remember.
I would say about a 60 right now. About a 60. It's going down a little bit more.
It's going down a little.
Seems like I understand we're going to probably stay in the stay at home, stay in place or whatever that thing is going on. Shelter in place.
Shelter in place.
Yeah,
we're going to do that maybe for a little bit longer than we already are doing right now. Who knows? Which is okay. I'm dealing with that. I am kind of getting used to the routine of everything. Like I said, fortunately for me, I have a job where I still go to work, and I kind of it gets me out of the house. You never really used to say this, but work gets you out of the house and gets you something to do. But you're kind of seeing, I wouldn't say life, not like back to normal, but it seems like the scare is kind of going lower, but it's out there, and you know it is. But it's one of those things. I don't know. You don't get numb to it in a way, but after a while, it's just like I don't know what you don't know how to feel. Like you can only worry about it for so long. You can only because you sit in your house and it's just. I think I'm going crazy. Like you have nothing to do. You can't go out to hang out with your buddies. Yeah. You can't go to the bar and have a drink with buddies. You can't go to dinner. You can't just go hang out because that's not really what you're supposed to do. So like, it's just you have no way of blowing off steam right now.
Yeah, I think you put it very well, Zach.
I think last week I was high 50s. I'm actually going to go up a little bit. I'm kind of agreeing with Zach right now. I'm going to go like a 61. I've actually, my worry level has gone up a tad just because I've seen a couple new committees right now that Trump has put together to help with the coronavirus and opening up the country. And he's put some people who just do not deserve to be on a committee right now to helping this country. Yeah. He put his daughter on there. He put one up together today where there are a bunch of sports owners like Mark Cuban. Like, that's fine. I can do okay with that one, but there's a couple of sports.
What does Mark Cuban know about
it's
global pandemics?
How can he help open up this country?
Wild.
I'm sorry. So it makes me
now my worry level's up a little bit now.
Putting all this together, all these committees. Yeah, I'm a little more nervous about it, but like you said, Zach, it seems like we're kind of just numb to it sometimes. Where you see all this information out there, it's like, I mean, we're kind of used to it now. We know people are going to die from it. We know people are going to be affected by it. We know we're going to be stuck in homes, And at this point, it's like,
and if you kind of listen to what I said, you may think, "Oh, this kid's just being ignorant. He doesn't know." It's just like I don't listen to politics. I never have. So it's not like I just I try to stay away from that because I feel like it would just give me more anxiety. So it's kind of one of those things. Yes, I know it's kind of going on, but you kind of close your eyes and, like I said, don't turn. I don't turn on the news, and I just
keep on keeping up.
Like I said, I did say. I did agree with the president on one thing. I am getting tired of watching the same game from 14 years ago. I am getting tired of watching the same game from 14 years ago. Boomy, where you at?
I'm kind of going down as well, guys. I'm sitting at a 49. I was at a 61 last, but I think I'm going to credit it to what Zach said and kind of the numbness to it. And my best thing is I've been trying to stay busy. I put together a little bit of a home gym, doing some projects around the house. So just kind of blissfully ignorant to, I'm doing what I can and not leaving the house other than to go pick up food or run to the dollar store once a week to get random, get the things we need. But I'm not, I'm just trying to do my best and stay. Today I left the house to get dinner and that was it. And we're only getting, takeouts every other night. So, I'm trying to do my best, but I'm kind of like Zach. I'm trying not to get too worried about it and trying to stay, watching movies and chipping away and watching very random movies and things on Netflix. So my worry level is going down. I also have to, one of my former basketball players at Rockford University where I coached, my starting point guard there, caught coronavirus. He was working on the south side of Chicago. and caught it as a paramedic, and he has since recovered from it. And I want to say he only, from the time he tested positive to his negative test was like 8 days. So, it's good to see stories like that. And obviously, kind of like Zach said, I don't want to, sound ignorant to the fact, and I know this is, but like to me directly, my exposure to the public, it doesn't worry me as much because I'm finally, what I would consider quote sheltering in place in the easiest way.
The worry level too is it seems like people are getting the fact that we need to shelter in place, and more people are more willing to do it.
I think we're also kind of perfecting it as we go.
It's a process,
Like I was having to run to, I was having to run to like Walmart, like on Monday, and then I'd run out of stuff by Saturday when this started. Now I'm knowing what I need to get, how much, how long I can make it last and stuff like that. So it's just getting easier. We're adapting to the situation, which
you don't always have to don't have to plan for weeks in advance because it's like one person goes to the store and it's just like that kind of stuff. You're just limiting the amount of people that go out is really the thing. But let's get out of that stuff. Let's talk some stuff that can make us happy. The Bulls front office changes finally, boys. Gar Forman gone. See ya. Bye-bye. John Paxson, you're like like an alumni pretty much. You're paid just to be there every once in a while. Boys, I'm going to need your help with the names of some of the new front office guys.
Arturas Karnisovas is the new executive vice president, I believe is the term. They have not yet hired a general manager, but they are on the prowl for that right now. Quite a few names have popped up. I want to say executives from the Nuggets, the 76, the Heat, and maybe the Magic were the other names that I had seen brought up. They're going through their virtual interviews and stuff with that right now. But as of now, we have a new executive vice president. Gar Pax is no longer beautiful. The revolution
has didn't have to see the end of this season. And we got rid of the front office. Like what better? The Bulls fan, we're trending up, boys. We're trending up. And can I say, I think I may have already said this before, and I'm going to say it again. Can we officially say that the rebuild is a failure? Because every year after year after year after year, you know what I mean? Though, like
which one?
They kept dragging it on and just kept kind of saying that, thinking, "Oh, if we say rebuild, then we're gonna be able to save our job." And officially, it's not going to happen. And you know what? The coronavirus has stopped sports. It's done a lot of things, but guess what? I don't know what happened, but it forced the Bulls to fire the GM. I don't know what happened. Maybe they were going to do it at the end of the season or something. But guess what? It's you can credit the coronavirus maybe for the firing of the GM of the Chicago. That's so beautiful to say because the Bulls fans have been trying, saying fire Gar Pax, and maybe the All-Star game during the All-Star break game, whenever when people were kind of going after the whole Gar Pax strong in Chicago, maybe that pushed the Bulls over the ledge of firing him. I don't know. Maybe not. Gamer, I need your thoughts on all this.
I think it was a little bit what you just said with the All-Star weekend, as well as the fact that fans stopped showing up. So, I mean, their United Center was like having that there. Even in bad seasons, they usually sell out there pretty easily. So that was a big reason why they made this move. But I'm very excited. John Paxson, with a great move on his own, though, to basically just say, you know what, I'm done. I'm going to take a back seat, let everybody else do all the work, and I'll still get paid. Like, it's kind of a baller move. Kind of respect that a little bit.
He's just like, you can move me. That's cool.
Yeah, exactly. But it's just great to have somebody who's competent right now in that position, and we know going forward there's a better future. Who knows what this holds in terms of like near future? Like, who knows if this offseason we get any good free agents? You'd hope so. But you have more confidence going forward that they're going to develop the players and they're going to play a better brand of basketball.
But I would have to say, yes, I like the move. I love it. I'm so happy. But if for some stupid reason they don't get rid of Jim Boylan, I don't know what I'm going to think. Like, that's got to be the next move, is firing Jim Boylan.
I see no reality in which that doesn't happen, though. Like, he's got to be gone. He knows it. I think Carnisova's come out and said, we're not really focused right now on the coaching part of it because, well, there's no basketball to be played. So why not focus more on the management part right now, and then you can get to the coaching later. So I think he'll be out. I could see somebody like maybe a younger, well-liked coach like Adrian Griffin, the assistant
That's
coach.
who I want.
I think he'd be a good fit there. I think he would bring in a lot of players. I think he's well liked around the league, very well respected. I would love to hire someone like that just to bring in the players. Like, you need stars. I'm not saying you got to go out and get an Anthony Davis right away. It'd be great. I don't see it happening, but there's a lot of good free agents this offseason that they could really target.
It's just maybe the change at front office will change the views of some of these NBA players on Chicago. Maybe it will get them finally to think, oh, there's a future with this team. The future is bright, at least, because it just felt like with this front office and with the head coach, it just seemed like nothing was gonna go. The future was not, there was nothing to look forward to, because until a move was made, it was just like we were. What did you always call it, Boomy? Basketball
purgatory.
Just stuck in one spot.
Step out of there.
Yep. And if all things end right now, I think the Bulls would be like they would be slotted to have, if there wasn't the lottery, obviously, would be slotted to again for like the fourth year in a row have these 7.
Oh my gosh, that'd be nuts.
That'd
be nuts.
I think that's where they fall on the spectrum.
And they've drafted okay from that 7th spot.
But they just haven't developed it into anything. Right. And that's what Carnisovis said in his press conference, is that the Bulls have drafted really well and that his focus is on player development. And that's actually why they chose to get rid of Gar Forman, was because their philosophies and player development differed so greatly. So, it's a guy who's been very well respected around the league and has been, up for a couple jobs. And to see him get his opportunity with the Bulls, and let's see where that player development. I mean, look what he's done in Denver. I mean, he's got guys, Jamal
Jokic.
Murray, who is the kid from Missouri. Yeah, Jokic, of course. And then also
Michael
picking the kid from – yes, Michael Porter at like the 15th pick overall. Jr.? And he's probably he's still only like 21. Yes, and he's only 21 years old. Now I know he's hurt right now, but he's still getting value and stuff. And so I'm excited. Like you said, Zach, the line is pointing up. Like on a video game, if you're trending up, you got the green arrow. We definitely have the green arrow instead of the red down-facing arrow right now. So that's good to see.
But boys, we got to get into this.
Yeah.
I finally got around to watching it. Tiger King. I mean.
Hey, you cool cats and kittens.
Somebody went to jail.
All right, Zach. Is this the coolest, wildest documentary you've ever seen in your life?
Best timed documentary of all time. I mean, it dropped when the whole world could watch it. It's crazy. There's tigers. There's Joe Exotic. I mean, there's just what comes with him. There's what is it, Doc Antle, like the playboy of the I mean, I didn't understand what the whole Tiger King, the tiger world even was, like the exotic animal world. Like it's
I don't think
nuts.
Anybody really does.
It's nuts. Like, I don't even know where to start. Like, it starts off.
All right, let's start here. Who was your favorite and least favorite
My least favorite
in
character
the
was
show?
Carol Baskin. I mean, absolutely crazy. Killed her husband. I mean, there's no way that she. I mean, when they talked about when Joe Exotic got attacked by the lion while he was doing like the interview or whatever, or doing the video, and they were talking about putting pee. Oh no, something
Sardine
on
oil.
the guys to like it's the scent to get on to get on his foot, and she's like, well, if you were gonna do that, you'd do sardine oil. Like, I wouldn't do that, but if you were gonna do it, you would use sardine. It's like,
why would you even think of that? Why would you even have that thought cross your mind to say out
when
loud?
She was walking around with her new husband, which I don't know how you could marry her. That's crazy. And he was like walking too close, or was looking at the pictures too close, and like she was like, "Are you gonna read it too? Are you gonna look at him too? Like too close?" Or, I mean, I don't know how you
Yeah.
I don't know how you can marry. That's crazy that she got remarried after that. Also, have you seen the thing where they say that they think Jeff
Money,
Lowe
bro.
was her first husband?
Yeah, that's a little
The
too
only
out
thing
there.
that
I
gets
saw
me is the
that
picture
one.
is kind of close, but I mean, who knows? But that's what I'm saying. This is also the time
No
of
chance.
conspiracy theories. If you got a conspiracy theory, throw it out now because, yeah,
Got too much time on our hands.
my
So
favorite
who was
character
your favorite character?
had to be
Zach?
the manager because he seemed like he was like, yeah, the guy,
The guy with no legs?
yeah, because. It's like he's like you think I got like mauled by a tiger or something, but no, it was
No.
yeah, it was a
This is
well.
ziplining
First of all,
accident.
I've never ziplined. Another reason why I'll never zipline. But yeah, and then
Well, I'm sure the way he did it though wasn't
No.
probably like
no, but
the
that's
safest way to zip line.
Yeah.
Knowing those type of people, he
But
probably
that
did
guy
some sort of like
seemed-
He did
illegal
it in someone's
zip lining.
hunting
he
like
seemed like a
property. I would
decent guy.
assume.
Like he was working hard,
Yes,
trying to make
I
a
agree
living.
there.
I mean, got caught up in a lot of that, just the crazy shit that was going on at the zoo. But always seemed like he had good intentions throughout. Maybe the only person that did.
I
Because
agree.
my second least favorite character would have to be the campaign manager. I'm not a fan of that campaign. Like, what?
Yeah, second.
You try to you didn't like Joe at first, and you tried to be like, oh, I got stuck with this, but then you wanted the job, you wanted to finally run your own campaign, and then you were selling bullets at or selling ammo at Walmart.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
like the manager
Yeah,
of the
like,
gun
what the
department
heck?
or something.
What?
I mean, that guy has got a great
I
story though.
understand that,
Like,
but
Yeah,
he's what, like,
riches.
low 30s. He ran a governor campaign for that state, and he's also like he went from like selling ammunition
also
to
got-
running a campaign.
he also got stuck
all
in
while
the
probably
worst
being all
situation
drugged
of the
up.
whole. That
Oh,
was
someone
crazy.
blow their brains
Crazy.
out.
Yeah. Well, did you hear in the interview
Yeah.
that when Travis did
Yeah.
shoot himself, he wasn't even trying to shoot himself. He was just saying like, "Look, it won't fire because there's no clip." And then and then of course it fired right through his. I mean, like,
Unbelievable.
jeez. Yeah, that's just
Anyone
a
who's
typical.
never shot a gun, like you just know if there's one in the clip.
Yeah, because
it's
he
still gonna
pretty much
fire
said like
in the
he's like
chamber.
I could
It's
tell he was
whatever.
surprised.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
it's not even one of the top 5 craziest stories of the whole documentary.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's crazy. It's not even the top 5.
Gamer, who was
Just-
your favorite and least favorite characters?
I'll start with my least favorite. My least favorite was Jeff Lowe.
Yeah.
Yo,
Because that dude's
He
just
should be in jail
slimy
too. He
as
should
can
be in jail
possibly
too.
be.
He
Like,
will be in jail.
whenever
I
he
feel.
talks. Yeah. Like when he talks, I just want to like punch him. Like he's a very punchable face. The way
Well,
he
dude,
dresses
when he was
just
like
makes
he was
me
like
mad. I don't know.
did I try to persuade Joe to say some things on tape? Yeah, probably. It's like, dude, you're so slimy.
But did I set him
Did I
up?
set him up? No, I wouldn't
It's
do
like,
that,
what? like
yeah,
it's a
slimy.
But I
is the
tried to
best
get
way
him to say
describe it.
crazy.
the exact words I wanted him to on tape. That's it.
And I can't
He
remember.
looks like every guy that has worn.
Well,
bedazzled
I don't know if you guys
jeans and a
watched
shirt
the
to a-
David Spade. He kind of did. It was during the the coronavirus stuff, so it was on Skype or Zoom or whatever. And he did it with Jeff Lowe, and he asked him how many Affliction T-shirts he had and how many leather jackets he owned. I think he said 40 or 50 Affliction T-shirts.
He said
Yeah.
60 to 70
No, Affliction. Is that
tap-out
Affliction?
shirts.
Is that a band? Is that a band?
Either way.
I mean, just
It's
Oh,
it's
never
a
heard.
clothing line.
crazy.
Yeah, favorite.
So who's your
I mean-
favorite then, Gamer?
So I can't remember the name of the guy, but he was the really tall, skinny, had long blonde hair. All he did was kind of just
Yeah.
like animals. He was so genuine and real.
Yeah.
Like he had like just listening to him talk, like he just did not care at all about Joe or any of the management. All he wanted to do was
Oh
just
my
play
gosh,
with tigers, and it's like
When
Yeah.
they were
it's a very
like,
normal thing right there for like a guy who's like
They
in a
were
very
eating the
abnormal
food.
situation.
they were just
to go
eating
and just
the
be like a
food,
normal
like,
guy.
oh my goodness.
Yeah. That's pretty gross. Eating
Oh
all the
my
old
gosh,
Walmart
I was
food.
like, that.
all that-
Oh no! Like they're feeding it to the animals, and then like they. Did you know? I was listening to the pod, the Pat McAfee pod. that there was suspicion that he was using the ground up stuff as the toppings for his pizzas.
Yeah, to put on the pizza.
Yeah, the pizza.
Oh my god,
that's disgusting.
like that's the kind of stuff that like when you think about like it is crazy that Joe Exotic got 22 years, but like yeah, they've all done stuff that probably should land them in jail. There's probably, I would say, other than
they should all be in prison.
Both of our favorite characters, Gamer, everyone else should probably be in jail. Maybe not the campaign manager.
And the one who.
And John. I don't think John should. John Finley should either.
No, my favorite character was I think her name was Kelsey, but the one that had her arm bitten off. Because she is a ride or die. She was back working
because she didn't want anyone to be like, oh no, somebody didn't get their arm bit off. That they would have to take it. Yeah,
that's someone you need in your corner.
What kind of person gets their arm bit off and is like thinking like, oh, I don't want this to look bad. Like I don't want this to make the park look bad or anything. Like that's crazy. I would say I would say all three of our favorite characters would have to be easily the favorite characters of mostly everybody else, because everyone else is like, even the campaign manager. Yeah, he probably should. He's not supposed to be. He shouldn't be in jail. He didn't do anything illegal. But still, I just didn't like him. And John Finley.
Yeah,
John Finley
again
too.
Back to slimy. Yeah, I like John Finley. Yeah, he and then if you on the 8th episode they talk to him and he has obviously all his teeth back, and he admits he had problems with drugs, and but my least favorite character kind of ties in with your guys' is it was Jeff Lowe's like right-hand man, and I cannot remember his name, but the guy
on the
what was
that dude?
The guy on the jet ski.
No,
the
the guy with the
that guy.
The guy that was
weirdo.
The guy that was supposedly going to do the hit for Joe Exotic.
Yeah, he's just like, I decided not to, and just
I just forgot.
What are you talking about?
His stories were all over the place.
That guy
his stories were
committed
all over
the most crime. And I will say that, like, I think I watched this like 3 weeks ago when it first came out. The Joe Exotic and Carol Baskin memes have really jumped the shark to me. And I don't know like how recently you guys have, but like internet is somehow related to Tiger King, and it's like, all right, guys, like, can we give this a try?
Going back to what I said, it's literally the best timed documentary of all time.
And like, but the biggest problem to me is most of them just aren't funny. Like everything is like, oh, Carol Baskin killed, Jeffrey Epstein. I'm like,
the one video.
What are we doing?
The one video though, where there's the video, she's like, "Oh hey, all you cool cat and kittens," and there's the sound in the back, "Call the cops! Call the cops!" It's just like she has crazy. She has like the craziest look of all time.
What do you guys consider to be like the craziest storyline? Because like we've talked about, we said like, oh, the Travis kid shooting himself in the head is like the 8th craziest thing that happened. I think it's the meth throuple, the 3 guys that got married because they were all on drugs. That's just my personal. That's wild.
That was wild.
We're like, yeah, we're kind of gay,
but like Joe Exotic said, he fell in love with 2 straight guys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was
whatever
wild stories.
That was wild.
I'll say this. I think this probably isn't like my favorite one, but honorable mention is the fact that now we know confirmed that is not Joe Exotic singing.
That's disappointing. That's really disappointing.
That honestly kind of broke my heart. Because there's
and I don't know about you guys. That jumped off to me real fast because in like the first 3 episodes, they show like 6 music videos, and I'm like, why is everyone that owns a tiger think that they're like a country music star? Like, what is the correlation there?
But the music videos were good.
Zach,
I like the music videos.
Do you have a favorite story?
I mean, how it's just so glossed over that like Carol Baskin's husband just went missing, and like the guy's ex-wife is pretty much like, yeah, Carol Baskin killed him. Like a tiger ate. They were like, they talked about how a tiger could like how like when a tiger eats a human or whatever, it breaks the. I don't know. Like that is.
Yeah,
That's crazy. That like that's just pretty much glossed over. Also, disappointing to me was the character for what was the movie? Tony Montana. Why did they go more with that?
Scarface.
Like why that should have been a little bit longer in this whole 6-7 episode thing.
Well, I think if you notice that a lot of it they could barely get any access to it. Remember, they were all allowed in for like 30 minutes because that guy's super secretive about his collection. But yeah, that was
he did time for
and like I don't know about you guys. I never
mob related charges, right?
Well, yeah, I mean he was like a cocaine kingpin in Miami, so he got pinched. But one of the stories that blows my mind is that for less than like $2,000 you can buy a tiger in this country.
Yeah.
And they were the amount of money they make on the tiger from like the day it's born to like a certain day, it's crazy because like when they can take it around to places and like Shaq ends up showing up in it and it's just like it's crazy what this there's like the life behind the exotic animals.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think we forget about the animals a little bit. Like the fact that they made that statement is the very end, and it was like the most like powerful thing I thought of the whole documentary was the fact they said there are like 4,000 total tigers in the wild and around the world, but there's like 5,000 in captivity.
Yeah. Well,
like, that's insane.
A lot of the reason why, not a lot of the reason, but there's a reason why Joe Exotic's in jail is for the killing and the burying and all that kind of stuff that they found out there.
Yeah. Joe Exotic does belong in prison, and I don't know if he was.
Yeah, it's just the other guys also do.
Big story behind it. He definitely committed a ton of crimes, and
yes.
I mean, I think one of the low-key funniest things in the story was when that girl got her arm bitten off, and within 30 seconds, Joe Exotic had that handmade.
Yeah, or like he walks into the gift shop and is like, explains the whole thing. It's like, if you want a refund or whatever, or a free T-shirt, like we can accommodate that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
They're all just like,
he's like, I'm never going to be able to financially recover from this. Or when like they were having the Thanksgiving dinner and he goes outside with all the cameras and cries, and the one guy's like, he must have had some onions in his pocket. But it's
and I think like also one of the things that gets kind of glossed over was the like he definitely just blew that recording studio up, right?
Oh yeah.
He definitely
just gators too. Like he had like animals in there, so just blew it up. What is? It was obvious.
Oh yeah, because you know there were stuff that he did not want out in there.
Yeah, they would have picked something up on cameras beforehand if it would have been somebody else.
And like they were saying, if it would have been the producers, like that, they were saying that Carol Baskin may have paid the producer to do that, but they think that the producer probably would have had like a backup or something, just because you wouldn't think they'd be gone forever. Like you would. It was.
Right. He was a professional. He wanted the TV out there. He wanted it.
Was pretty clearly Joe Exotic, because I think he just kind of knew what was going to happen. But let's move on here. Kind of going off of what we watched this. What are you guys watching?
I did a comedy kick today. I busted through quite a few stand-ups. I did the Dave Chappelle Mark Twain Award piece. That was very, very, very well done. Chris D'Elia,
I'm gonna watch that after
just got
this.
dropped today. Was hilarious.
Just kidding. I actually have to go to work. I actually have to go to work after this. Because it's morning time. I didn't.
That's true. Adam Sandler has one on Netflix called 100% Fresh, and it is just typical early 90s Adam Sandler, him with a guitar and a guy with a keyboard and a synthesizer singing songs and doing stand-up for like an hour and 20 minutes. It is absolutely hilarious. So I would actually recommend all three of those. Dave Chappelle, the Mark Twain Award, Chris D'Elia, and Adam Sandler, 100% Fresh. Highly recommend all of those.
So I haven't really been watching anything too brand new, but I do want to go back to something that you guys talked about earlier today, yesterday, which is what do we think of Major League Two?
I liked it.
Meh.
I agree. I think it's very average. It's disappointing
I
sequel.
understand that, but
Like,
like
I do enjoy
it's
parts of it. Like you still have some
as
good characters
what
there.
you have to
The
go.
thing is that I
Just
was
be quiet.
that
What you got to
You
go
be
off
quiet.
of is like a lot of sequels, and I think for a lot of sequels it's not good. But for
Yeah.
sequel, it's good. I liked it.
I'll give you
Go
that.
on.
Here's where they missed the mark to me is that Major League to me was so funny because of like the brashness and the fact that it was rated R and just the things they said and like the realness of it. They dialed back, and I want to say Major League Two was rated like PG or PG-13
For the people.
because they hardly swore in it. There was no like real inappropriate stuff, and they just didn't keep the trend of Major League One. And like you said, it just kind of fell flat to me. But Zach, you do make a good point as far as sequels
Man,
go.
some sequels can really
it's
fall
definitely
flat.
up there in the sequel category. I don't.
That's always the.
Yeah, definitely. And it was just. I know it was from '94, but it was just very, very.
And the third one was just
predictable.
really bad.
And like I never even
The third
watched
one
it
was
until today.
the minors, I think.
Yeah, Return to
I
the
watched
Minors or something.
That.
But I mean, it was okay. It was average.
Yeah, I think it's okay. Like it's not a bad movie. It's just not my favorite. Very average. That's like my
Yeah.
whole point of the day was just it's
Yeah,
eh.
meh.
Yeah.
MEH was the best way. I
I'm
think
yawning
I could
from this freaking
describe it.
conversation. So go on.
But that's all I got. So I'm not
Go
really
on.
watching too much right now.
That's all you got? You're not watching much?
A lot of reruns. Yeah, a lot of reruns. I've been watching a new show on Hulu. It's called Little Fires Everywhere. With Whitney a little bit. She's more into it than I am, but it's pretty decent. Like
It's about firefighters.
No, it's actually takes place like in the 90s. Trying to think, it's right outside of I want to say Atlanta, but no, it's outside Cleveland. And I don't know how I got Atlanta, but basically it's there's a rich family and they have a bunch of kids and they live this nice life, but there's like they're not happy there. And there's another poor family that kind of works like in the house with them, and they're a black family, so they have more struggles there and poor in a more like all white community, and they're just kind of a bunch of little dramatic little dramas in there. It's pretty cool. Like I enjoy watching it. There's a new episode coming out tomorrow that I'll watch. But yeah, it's not too bad.
I found a Michael Jordan documentary. It's over there. I can't grab it because I don't have long enough arms. But
There's
like
a ton. To add to that, there are a ton of Michael Jordan documentaries on Amazon Video.
Like I said,
if anyone's looking for get them hyped up.
As I was saying, I was watching a Michael Jordan documentary, getting hyped up for The Last Dance before I was rudely interrupted by Boomy there.
You interrupt me all the
I found
time.
it. I think me and my dad used to watch it. That will be coming now starting Sunday. It'll drop episode 1 and 2. That's on ESPN, right?
I'm so excited.
And then I think
shortly
after they air, they will be on Netflix. So if you can't watch them on there, you can just watch them on Netflix. So The Last Dance, and they'll be dropping 2 episodes every Sunday, and I think there's 10 episodes.
Yeah, I think May 17th was the last.
If you're sitting there right now thinking,
episodes.
what do I got to look forward to? We got 2 episodes of The Last Dance coming out on Sunday. And then I forgot about this. Next Thursday, we got the NFL draft, people. We got something to look forward to. We got stuff to look forward to. We got to keep goals ahead of us. We got 2 episodes Sunday. That's going to be fun. Then we got the draft starting Thursday. There will never be a more watched 7th round. Is there 7 rounds in the draft? 7th round of the NFL draft in history.
All the way to like Saturday.
In history. More people will just be like, I need some sort of sports. This is beautiful. But that's kind of it. Also, I unfortunately has a Green Bay Packers like sticker on the front of it. But I got Boomy's Xbox 360 down here in the studio, the TCF studios, and I've been playing a little. I think it was NCAA Football 13. I am Coach Duggerton Jr., Gus Duggerton Jr. I am the son of Duggerton I think he's Coach Gus Duggerton, the OC of Florida State. But that's it is though funny. Like I was like Big
so
Cat
far?
made the guy bigger. Like they're just like large and extra large. Like that's just when the guy's just huge. It's like just extra large. But I miss those old school college football games. I was playing a little old school NCAA college basketball. It's fun. It's just the Xbox 360. You forget the college games were just so exciting because the major league games are fun, but like trying to play as like I'm NIU playing against like Iowa and stuff like that. It's exciting. It's exciting. I'm back to a child.
It's pretty fun.
What's
the record?
2, I think, right, Boomy? But I'm gonna get one game in tonight. See what I can do. Oh, tough.
Better pick it up.
I think I lost to Ball State. No. I lost to Iowa and I lost to Army, and I beat a team I don't even think is a real team.
No, it was back when they had, instead of like Illinois State, they'd have like FCS.
That was it. Exactly. So we're fighting on the OC at NIU right now, so we're trying to make it work. Boomy, do you have a wacky web story for us? Because I know last week we kind of caught you off guard there. We didn't know. I didn't want to.
Hey.
Good.
I'm good, man. And this is, if you guys think that your quarantine is rough, there are a group of 25 Dutch high school students. And this is, first of all, the Dutch. You're sending these 14 to 17-year-old kids. They were taking a schooner, which is a 200-foot ship, from, I think they said they were from Amsterdam, but either way, from the Netherlands. And they were going to sail this ship from the Netherlands to Cuba as part of a school trip. Then they were going to trade the ship for plane tickets back to the Netherlands. Well, I think they just got to Cuba. They crossed the Atlantic Ocean in this 200-foot boat with 12 experienced soldiers and 3 teachers to make sure they're doing their schoolwork. Well, now, obviously, it's very, very hard to fly internationally. So they're just taking a 200-foot boat, and they're turning around and sailing it home. So it's going to be a 4,300-mile trip for 25, 14 to 17-year-olds. And that just sounds absolutely terrible. I think I'd rather just fall off the ship.
Unbelievable.
That sounds
awful. And like, what were they thinking?
Yeah, and that's a school trip. No, a school trip is like a bus ride to Navy Pier.
I went to
go to the Museum of Science.
I have a senior trip. I went to St. Louis. It's 4 hours, but like we're gonna go on a
right.
You didn't get on a ferry and sail to another
continent. Signed off by your parents, first of all.
What's wrong with the Dutch?
Insane.
That's a terrible idea.
What? If I'm doing that, I'm flying.
Absolutely insane.
I'm sorry.
And second of all, you're not flying to
like,
Cuba or taking a boat to Cuba.
No.
Let's go to
Why
America.
was Cuba the
like,
final
I understand,
destination?
like, you probably aren't allowed to right now, but, like, why would we be like, oh, let's make our destination Cuba? What the heck?
Yeah.
That's a crazy story.
I don't know what is going on. Yeah, but the Dutch, come on, guys. Like, it's just who works in a school, like, who signed off on that field trip?
Hey, we are going to take a boat across the seas.
Yeah, a 200 boat.
I'm done.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Unless it's a cruise ship, I'm out.
I am not volunteering to chaperone that trip.
Anything post-show, boys? Nothing.
I got nothing.
This weather is driving me freaking nuts. It was 80,
dude. It was
70 degrees last week.
Yesterday, it was sunny out yesterday, and
I just want to go outside.
What the heck?
It's deceiving. You look outside, you see the green grass. Like, oh, it looks all right outside. Take one step out, realize it's windy, like 35 degrees. It's like, nope, right back in the house.
Unbelievable. I just like, if we're gonna be quarantined, like, at least let us go out like to our yards and play around, or go outside and walk around. But no, we gotta make it like sunny, but snowy and cold and windy, and it's just been an awful few days for weather around here.
I do think next week's supposed to get better. Like high 50s.
Open the golf courses, please.
High 50s, low 60s maybe.
Please.
Yeah.
Well, thank you to our sponsor, Lodi Tap House. They got a place in Utica and Maples Park. Got the sweatshirt on right here. It says they got they go through Grubhub, right? Grubhub. I'm not really good with the whole because where I am at, I literally have none of that in my house.
Yeah, that's not a thing.
But they got They got pickup. That's not delivery. Pickup. They got pickup, curbside pickup. Like I said, we went on Saturday. We pulled right out. They brought it right out to us. Easy, great service. Go support your local restaurant. Shout out to Lodi Tap House. Find them on Facebook, Instagram. They said the Utica and the Lodi Tap House, they both have their own separate accounts on Instagram and Facebook. So make sure you go out and follow them on all social medias and go to their website and check out, like I said, their menus and stuff for the curbside pickup. Also, shout out to The Muddy Otter. Go to themuddy.otter.com. All of their products on there are on sale, 10% to 50% off of all products on there. They are moving, so they're trying to get some products out of the house before they got to move. So go help them out with that. Go to themuddy.otter.com. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram. Hannah and Mitch Prentice, like I said, 10 to 50% off all products on themuddy.otter.com and Score Trader. Go on to the Apple Store, download the Score Trader app, get yourself ready for when politics kind of get back to normal here. So go on there and then follow them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Shout out to Game Boy Gamer at TCF Game Boy and Boomy at Boomy TCF. I'm Zach Lilia at Z Lilia TCF. The main page is at @typical_Chicago. Instagram, Facebook, follow us on there. YouTube, go make sure you subscribe to the YouTube page. We got a lot of cool food reviews coming out. We got one out from the Lodi Tap House from the food we got. I got pulled pork. Boomy got, what was that, Boomy?
I got the Texan chainsaw burger with a gigantic slab of fried mozzarella and jalapeno bacon.
That sounds.
Yeah.
And we got the cheese curds, beautiful, delicious cheese curds. So like I said, that was beautiful.
Yeah.
The cheese curds got me off track. Oh, so YouTube, go subscribe to the YouTube page, and then we put all of our TCF morning shows and our podcast out on there. Like I said, the podcast will come out on Sunday mornings. The TCF morning shows come out every Wednesday. So make sure you subscribe there. And then where you ever get your podcast from, Apple, Spotify, Spreaker. If you're on Apple, subscribe, rate, review. Spotify, follow on there. And then Spreaker, do what you got to do on there. Any last thoughts, boys?
Stay safe, everybody.
Yep, stay safe.
This has been the TCF Morning Show, Wednesday, April 15th. We love you all.